Everyone, I hope you're all doing good. How would you define joy? What brings you joy? When was the last time you experienced it? And how long did it last? We can get excited over meeting up with friends, or getting given a gift, or maybe going on holiday. And we can be happy when we're with our friends, or when we're using the gift, or when we're on holiday. But an evening with friends is just an evening, and the gift breaks or gets boring, and the holiday ends. And so is there such a thing as lasting joy? You see, the Bible defines joy a different way to maybe how we would define it. In John chapter 4, Jesus has an encounter with a Samaritan woman by a well. And in order to fully appreciate this story, we need to know a few things. So first of all, Jesus was a Jew, and Jews and Samaritans didn't mix. Second of all, Jesus was a man, and this woman was a woman. And so she would have been considered lower than Jesus in that time. And not only that, but she was outcasted by the other Samaritan women. The other Samaritan women didn't like her. They probably hated this other Samaritan woman. And so she was literally the lowest of the low. And Jesus, on his own, without his disciples, walks up to her and they begin to talk, much to this woman's amazement. And in their brief encounter, something changes. She walked up to that well, believing herself to be unloved and confused about who God is. And she leaves the well without her water jug. She leaves that there because she was so excited. She ends up running and dancing towards her village, wanting to tell others about Jesus. So what happened to change her? Well, I'd encourage you to read the story in John chapter 4. But the main point is that she realised who God is. In that moment, she first began to understand how much God loved her. Not because she deserved it. When she was going up to her village, the words she used were, "Come, see the man who told me everything I ever did." So she knew, she was fully aware of how undeserving she was. Two things clicked for this woman. One, she realised how undeserving she is of God's love. And two, she realised that she couldn't be more loved by God. We don't hear of that woman again. We don't read of her later on in the Bible. And she leaves joyful, so maybe we're just meant to presume that she carries on being joyful. She has lasting joy. So what gives us lasting joy? Well, it's the same two things as that woman. Knowing who we are and knowing who God is. That we are totally unworthy of God's favour and God's love. And yet that's exactly what he gives us, because that's who he is. God's desire for you and I is to find ultimate lasting joy in him. And only through Jesus can we live a life of lasting joy. Jesus died and rose again so that we can live forever with the God of joy. We are totally unworthy, yet totally loved. So I hope you have a great weekend, guys. I hope to see you soon. See ya.